Hey traders, welcome to our Trading Open live room experience. This is Ken Calhoun coming at you live from Colorado on October 10th. 38 degrees outside. It's cold. Anyway, as always, all information is for educational use only. I'm not making advice about what to buy, sell, or hold by watching the screen, not to make actual trades. No profitability or performance claims are being made. Our topic of this week, I want you guys to start looking for bullish cup patterns during the first 15 minutes, and to confirm those, I want you to see increasing volume. This is similar to a tip sheet from a few months ago, and I thought I'd bring it back because, not identically, this is a variant on it, because I want you to start looking for small bullish cups. It looks like the letter U, right? The trick is, or the tip is, the better the definition, or the cleaner, well-defined the cup pattern is, the better trading odds it has. And that's true of any pattern for what we do here, right? The cleaner, more certain, more in focus the chart is, the better your odds are of making a successful trade. So we don't like chop, which is 99% of the market. So that's our challenge and our opportunities, both day and swing traders, is scanning for charts with good definition, right? Confirm breakouts with increasing volume on the right side of each cup. Another quick tip, and that really helps as well. So that means, for example, if you're looking for a potential, you find a cup. Well, for example, in Micron Technologies, if it makes a bullish cup and it comes to life here, let me put this back here for you guys. If Micron comes to life and does a bullish cup to continue its gap up, I'd like to see larger volume on the right side of the cup than we saw on the selling side on the left side of the cup. And that's a good volume confirmation, because it's always a battle between buyers and sellers. And what you're looking for is volume support. The new buyers are coming into that instrument to make for a successful breakout. So that's one tip. Another thing too is I will always still take a trade as long as it meets my minimum volume requirements. I'll just use lighter share size if volume is not increasing. So that's kind of an advanced tip, but it is an advanced tip. I vote with volume, as do the traders. So if the volume on the right side of the cup, especially near the peak, is near the same volume as it was on the way down, I'll do a lighter share trade up at new highs. If it's heavier volume, I'll do a heavier share size trade. So that's another tip for using volume confirmation observed in the chart to confirm a trigger point. So let's see our gappers today. First off, Micron Tech. All these semiconductors, I won't say all of them, but many of the semiconductors are gapping up, as are the airline stocks. So from a sector standpoint, airlines and semis are the two strongest sectors. Here's MU gapping up, and United Airlines also gapping up. We'll take a look at some of the others, like American Airlines, it's gapping. Delta is gapping. The United has more volume, so I'm a little more interested in it. It's a little pricey way if you're at 67, but it does have a gap up along with the other airline stocks. Another gapper today is ANAB. That one I'm not familiar with. I've never traded this. What is it? Anapsi Bio. Who cares? Information that's useless to us is the name of the company. I was just curious. All we care about is price action and hustling a few $100 out of a breakout trade in these guys. So anyway, ANAB's gapping, and it's making a bearish cup retracement to the 50 whole number. We'll see if it does a gap fill. Now this is this a minor gap or a major gap? With our criteria being 10% or less of the previous day's close constitutes a minor gap, for which we like going in trend. If it's over 10%, it's hit or miss if it's going to be a continuation. So less than 10%, we like to generally go in trend for continuation. This gap from 35 to 50, so it's 15 points, which is a 30% gap. So it's well over 10%. So that's a major gap, which may well therefore do a fill. It may well do a gap and trap fill to a mean reversion area, like the low 40s in this region. If it does come to life here, it'll probably pull back off its previous highs. Either way, you mark out anticipated price direction. And that's one feature here at the live room at Trading Open that I've done for years that many traders have said they really appreciate because it's good to be able to know ahead of time likely directional patterns. The main thing isn't, this is it's not obviously going to do a straight line up and make grind and slowly go up, but the point is it's likely to pull back off of previous resistance near 56, or if it drops, it's likely to filter on the Fibonacci 50% mean reversion area around 44. Okay, so that may be a gap fill region here. This may be a gap continuation up here, and I'd rather go long because I prefer to go in the direction of the dominant trend. But hey, if it fills, it's extended. It's not a minor gap. It's an extended major gap. So keep an eye on that one. Another momentum runner, NTNX. Let's put the trigger point up at the 60. 24.6 on the long. And 23.9 on the short. I've been following it from back here. Anyway, this guy did an inside gap. And so this is an inside gapper, and it's gone all the way from 23.5 up to 24.40. Let's take a look at some other charts. For our swing trading list, MNKD, another gapper today, but it's cheap, and I generally do not like to day trade stocks under $10 because they don't have much range. But they're fine for swing trades. So MNKD, which is Mankind Corp. Anyway, it's doing a bearish cup. No surprise because it's right near the whole number, right? Are you with me on this? Everybody see why whole numbers provide a good central focus point, a price action support resistance level. So again, often you'll get the little false breakout, which is why I never go long within the first dime of a move over a whole number, because often it'll go up just to get the newbies who were unwise enough not to follow all my industry articles the last 20 years, and they'll buy, let's buy 6 and a nickel. Oh crap, now we get stopped out. And then it runs to 7 without them or something. Anyway, the point is, we don't buy within the first 10 cents here, and we don't short within the first 10 cents here, because that's a chop zone. Just get in trouble trading right above a nickel or a dime above or below the whole number. So learned that the hard way for a lot of years. So be a little more cautious and circumspect. Anyway, for that reason, personally, I'd use 630 for a swing trade. I have to wait a full 30 cents over the resistance, but 630 would be a good likely place that may draw in new buyers. The first dime or even 20 cents, a little bit riskier. HMNY also on the radar here. Swing trading long on this guy I would use would be 25.20. I'd be conservative because of all the point range, so I'd wait for it to get north of 25. I wouldn't go in at 24.7. That's too close to a false breakout given this volatility. This guy has a 8-point trading range from 16 to 24. This is definitely absolutely not for newer traders with less than 10 or 15 years experience because of all the risky point range. There's upside and downside potential. So we'd wait for a 25.25 breakout trigger up here. Another gapper that's not quite good enough for day trade, at least not yet, is Pfizer. PFE is gapping up to the midpoint. And remember, just like the whole numbers, our 50-cent regions often provide support and resistance as well. So I'd use 36.80 as a swing long for PFE. That's our watch list. So for now, we just want to wait and see where the S&P goes before the opening bell in just a few minutes. Time to grab a quick swig of coffee, which is what I always do. I always have a hot shower, a hot bagel, and hot coffee before the open. That's my morning prep, and a little bit of cardio or stretch on the elliptical too. Anyway, QMI just over 4 points now, so it's still modest. So it's a weak long bias market. We got a modest uptrend continuation. But we are long. It's a long bias market, so that's good. There's other couple wide range movers I haven't put triggers in yet because I'd relatively especially this one, a relatively choppy open range. And Roku also on the radar. So those are ones I don't have alerts for yet, but may well migrate to on the opening bell as soon as we get that information coming up in just a minute. We've got just around 3 minutes, 180 seconds till the bell. Always note a good professional trading approach is one in which you've got your trigger points identified before the bell so that you're ready for a move after the bell, after the 9:30 open. You don't just have a nebulous watch list without entry triggers defined. I not only put entry triggers defined here for you, but when I'm trading, I put in buy stop and sell stop orders in my interactive brokers account so that they automatically get filled on the bell. So, or within the first 10, 15 minutes or whenever they hit, so that I'm not scrambling and chasing. Much more intelligent approach to trading professionally. So you got your order flow set up ahead of time. MNKD holding its own up here at the gap. This is a bearish cup, right? This is yesterday was a kind of big bullish cup and a gap. Now we have a bearish cup, but it's holding support at the 580. So we'll see if it continues to ricochet on up to new highs. HMNY bouncing a little bit here lately, the last 5 minutes or so. Tweezer bottom with the bullish cup. I may set triggers for this intraday if it's able to get up here over the 24.5, 25. UVXY, our counter trend play, goes up if the stock market ever sells off. I'll put triggers for that for you guys. Micron continues to fill the gap. I'm going to push the short trigger in Micron down to 41.20 because we don't want to get in just within 10 cents of the opening range. So that'd be the earliest short, 41.20. Earliest long would be 41.80. Roku's trying to come to life. Let's do 25.6 on a breakout long if it's able to climb up there today. Earliest short 24.7. Again, welcome aboard to all of our new members. Great to see new faces here. We are getting ready to rock and roll with the market coming up in less than 30 seconds for today, Tuesday, 10/10. The numerology fans, that's probably significant. I wouldn't know. I don't really care about that kind of stuff, but it's 10/10/2017. So we'll see where things head in today's open coming up in just around 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's lock and load. It's game time. Ding, 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 ding. Markets are opening up. Always sort our quote box by percent change and follow the biggest movers. Well, it's a smart idea. I know it takes more work, but welcome to my world. Work is what you got to do if you're going to make it as a trader. Who's the hot early movers? Which are the ones that are starting to run fast out of the gate? And you get at that by sorting your quote box by percent change on the open. I've been doing this since the late 90s. Still the same exact process, which is good because that's how professionals do this. 29.20 is going to be your first bounce long in FLXN. Up almost 1%. It looks like from the open, over 1%. You don't want to chase that. That's too thin. I don't think so. In TNX, 24.6 is a long call if it breaks over that later. MNKD spiking up out of the gate. That was one of our swing trading picks if it's able to climb over 6.25. So it's pulling back off of that. We'll see if it's able to break and hold. HMNY kind of poised for a move. It's got a big point range. Again, this would be for more experienced traders. For day trading, 24.8 would be the first trigger, or 22.7 on the short. Both extremely risky, both relatively, I would say, low odds, because this is not my favorite pattern. What I like, though, is the volume and volatility. What I don't like is the fact that it moves so fast. So it's a relatively dangerous chart, but it has the juice. It's like the 1980s club song, it's got the power. So we'll see if it's able to either continue up or if this is it and the downtrend holds. Is this guy going to pull back off the high and then spike up? Or is it going to collapse in here in the range and drop? Either way, we'll be ready for it. It's continuing up, right? Buyers have been in charge the last 10 minutes or so. We'll see if they continue to spike it on up to new highs. Our long trigger is until a point above the current high, way up at 24.80. So we don't want to fool around with it while it's still an uncertain chop zone right now. NTNX starting to work out. You may want to scalp out a little bit now, trail a stop at break even on the remainder. Sell a bit now to the buyers because they're continuing on up right out of the gate. Sell half now, trail a stop at break even on the rest. Next long later would be over 25. Where would I buy that? I'd be conservative, 25.20, because the S&P is inside. So HMNY is trying to go up. Looks like NTNX would scratch it out. Let's see which of these are continuing. United Airlines, big winner. If anybody got a piece of that or any of the other airline stocks, 67.8 was my long call. We're now up right near 68.7. Almost a 1-point win for you guys. And again, that's why you set up your order flow ahead of the opening bell. So that way you get a fill automatically on the open and you're not chasing up here. I would sell it all now and take a profit because I'm starting to see a little red candle there. And we're getting closer to whole numbers. So good time to bank a profit in that if you got a piece of it. 69.20 would be a next long. It's kind of tempting for a short, eh? Pros only 68. I used to always say pros only 68. Experienced traders only. Go roll over short if it loses 68 too. For those of you who got a piece of the action on my long call from 67.8. Again, this is my favorite pattern, a gap continuation. I told you the other airline stocks were strong as well. They're likely heating up here. Let's see if American is able to take off from the runway at a 52.8 trigger point as well. It may follow on. I do a what? 52, where did I short that? 52.30 would be the earliest. Let's look at the tape at glance and see the price action. It's a long in motion, but if it rolls over, 52.30 would be the short. 52.80 up 20 cents over the high would be the earliest long. Does everybody see that? Are you with me on this? You see here is American Airlines. It has not yet taken off from the runway. It's still taxiing. I hate flying. But anyway, that guy ran up, which is the one I picked. Of all the airline stocks, I picked the big winner. Paching! Flawless victory. 67.8 to 69.25. Continues to run up. Use a break-even stop at 69.20 on this. American Airlines poised for a breakout. Not quite there yet. Let's see if Delta's also poised for a breakout, so that one's good. Never worry about getting in late to instruments. Worry more about risk management. That's the bigger challenge to solve. 53.30, 53.70 would be the trigger points on Delta. Earliest short would be a loss of 52. Where did I short that? 52.8, 52.80. So the airline stocks are starting to take off. Often what you'll find, as illustrated by this successful example, is you'll get an initial big run up, and then it gets some follow-on volatility by ones that are leading. That one's leading the pack, and these guys are follow-on, American and Delta. So we'll see if they're able to take up. You can see the performance. The one I picked up 1.5%. The other two, half that, around 0.6, 0.7. That's because of my chart pattern recognition skills. I was able to correctly forecast based on the texture, the visual price action pattern of the gap, that this would be the likely runner when I compared it visually to this one and this one, because neither one of those had as much volume and volatility as United did. Does that make sense? It's a good pattern to look for. Is, if you're looking at a sector of instruments, try and pick the winner ahead of time like I did for you guys. Who else is starting to run? NTNX, 24.6. New traders, sell it all now because you're 30 cents in the money. You're welcome. Boom. Epic win. He shoots, he scores, the crowd goes wild. Why are we going to sell it all now? It's still going up. Why would you sell? New traders, sell it all now, take the profit. Experienced traders, sell at least half, trail a stop at 24.7 on the rest. It's likely to drop. Sell it all now. Everybody sell now because it's up. I got you guys in from the 60, ran up to the 90 for a 30-cent win before the pullback. And right, Charles, the whole number, right, the 25. So we always sell right under a whole number. I got you guys in on the first sign of the breakout, and I called the exit right near the exact freaking top. And that's just pattern recognition skills at its best and professional. Right under whole numbers are good places to sell, because we can always rebuy if it takes out, say, 25.20 later. So if it's destined, it is your destiny. If it's destined to go up to 26 today, we're not going to miss out on it. We got the first 30 cents out of the gate, but we locked in a profit before the market starts to show some signs of weakness. So anyway, good breakout runner. Schwang, 23.6 to 25, almost a 1.5. HMNY is starting to break out to new highs. 24.8 in the money. Sell half now, put a stop at break even on the remainder. Another epic win. Good, no BS, honest calls that actually work. What a remarkable thing. That's why so many thousands of people trusted me the last 17 years here. Anyway, 25.8 would be the second long. So 24.8 was the first long. New traders, sell it all now because it looks like it may roll over. So sell, 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 sell. Cash it out, baby. Take the money and run. You're up 50 cents. You're welcome. That's how you day trade like a champ. You're trading these kind of instruments that have good volatility and price action and trade potential. So I got you guys in here and out up here. Experienced traders, sell at least half now. Trail a stop at break even on the rest. Actually, trail a stop at 25 on the rest. I'd only give it, and that's relatively loose for a day trade, but then you can see it has a pretty wide spread. So new traders, though, sell it all now. Take your profit. Experienced traders, trail a stop at 25. Next long, if it comes back to life, it's alive. If it takes out new highs over 25.8, that would be a secondary winning long. But good calls can. Now we're off to another winning week here exclusively at Trading the Open. The right place to learn how to trade, not cheap stock scalping thousands of shares for nickels and dimes like these moron college kids do, but instead trading instruments with good wide point ranges that have high volume, so you're not trading low float, thinly traded pump and dump stocks, but instead wide volume, high velocity breakouts like this guy. And we always sell right under whole numbers, or at least take some off the top, like my street guys would say, right? Wall Street traders say take some off the top or lighten up the position a little bit as you start to squeeze out the profit up close to a whole number, because you can always rebuy up a new high. So if I were doing this on a squawk box on a live floor, the guys would be cheering me out loud saying, hey, way to go, Calhoun, and all that. Anyway, but I know y'all are thinking that, so I appreciate the kind words. Let's see where we got these guys going. Spiders spiking up. We've got a pretty nice market breakout, rally mode in effect. Let's see if we can capitalize on it with new plays. Roku, my trigger's 25.6. Notice how we neatly sidestepped the false breakout, like a champ, right? See, newbie moron traders got in at a new high. It's breaking out to new highs. What's going on? Oh crap, now it's going back down. I get stopped out. Yeah, that's how losers trade. Professionals, we always set a safety buffer above the resistance. So 25.6 is my long call, which never hit, right? The peaked up at 25.50. I intelligently set the trigger at 25.60. It took me almost 17, I should say almost 20 years, over 17 years now to get this. Anyway, you all with me on that? You see a newbie trader would have bought in somewhere up here because it's above the previous day's high, and then got stopped out, their heads handed to them. We didn't, though. We correctly said wait until it gets to 25.6, which it never hit. Avoiding these false breakouts, these parabolic arcs, is paramount, along with tight risk management, for making it as a day trader. You've got to get this right if you're going to make it. ANAB. Did anyone take my 56.20 long call? If you did, you're almost 4 freaking points in the money. Booyah! How much money could you have made? Did anything stop out today? Freaking on fire. 56.20 is my long call. Any questions? Boom. In from there. 3 points in the money. 3.5 points in the money. Personally, I'd sell it all now if you're a new trader. New traders sell it all because we're right near 60 and it's such an epic 4-point win. Over 4-point win. What other live trading room in the world other than Trading the Open? That would be www.tradingtheopen.com for over 17 years now, or 15 years. I said to go long at 56.20, but did you listen to me? No. Sell it all now. Everybody go to cash now. Sell, 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 sell. And why? Because let's take a look at the tape. Let's look at a professional tape reading breakout here. I got you guys in at 56.20. Here you can see it's losing the whole number, or teeter-tottering on the whole number right near the 60. I would go to cash and bank a multi-point profit right now. You don't screw around. If you're a day trader, there's the quick and the dead and the broke. And if you're going to make it as a trader, you got to be decisive about taking profits early and often. In this case, multi-points are great. And I'd personally likely be done trading for the day. How much money would you have made? If you'd made 1,500, 1,800, 2,200, whatever, now would have been a good day. And I'd be cheering out loud and yelling downstairs to my wife, guess how much I made? And she'd say, "Omadeto Kensan." And I'd be done for the day. I wouldn't be screwing around giving back early profits to the market later on. And I called the exact exit call within 20, 30 cents of the exact freaking top. I got you guys in at 56.25, out near the 60 and change. And that was a great round trip, if I do say so myself. Now see, stupid traders would be saying, well, I missed the big 3-point win. What would I trade now? I don't know. Don't miss out. Good decisive trading is the hallmark of a professional. These are good, honest calls, right? They're good, honest, no BS, no flim-flam, no crap like you see these other amateurs who run rooms do. I've been doing this for near 20 years, and that's one of the reasons I got so many of you here. So welcome aboard, and you are welcome. Great way to start off the week. You're right. Thanks. I appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, that's good. That was in and out. That'd be a good name for a burger joint. In and Out Burgers. Anyway. Got it? What else do we got going on? Let's go through all of these step by step and see what the progress is. I always like to audit my alerts and see exactly how successful we are. Roku never hit 25.6, never hit 24.7. Actually, it looks like it would have hit the 24.7, so that might have been a stop. If that triggered earlier, I'll have to go back and see if that was before or after the bell. Yeah, that one would have been a stop, so I apologize. It did have a stop, so I'm very transparent about everything. So that one would have stopped. I'd still hit it on the short. Let's put a reshort at 24.6 on this guy. So I did have a stop today. Big deal. But anyway, I did have one. I'm not going to be 100% as much as I'd like it, but that one would have triggered and would have stopped us out. So we dodged the bullet on the upside, but not on the downside. I would still reshort down in here on new lows. HMNY. We got the 24.8 in, and I got you guys out near the exact top, so that was good. 25/8 is secondary long. 22.7 on a short if that triggers. Let's see, going through these one at a time. Micron 41/8 a long, that's never hit. 41.20 is kind of chopping around here. A and AB, epic win to the upside and out near the exact top. NTNX, another winning breakout long for you guys. We got in at 24.6 and now right near the 25. So that was a good initial breakout runner. 25.20 is the next long. Let me tighten in a short on this guy. Let's do 24.6. Risky for experienced traders only, but that'd just be a loss of that lower shadow there. So if we get under here, that would be the short trigger for NTNX. United, our 67.8 worked like a champ for you. That's up over a point. 69.20 did do a 20-cent run. So remember our rule, if it runs 20 cents, if I'm off following something else like A and AB and something hits and runs, once it's moved in your favor by 20 cents, you sell half and then trail a stop at break even on the rest. You can also reuse the triggers, so if this guy gets back over 69.20, you can try again. And often for break evens or the 20-cent runs that run up a little, the 20 cents to get our 20-cent half position, then come back down, you close those at cash. American Airlines is powering on up to new highs. 52.8 just activated, so that's cool. We're in the money. Boom. But use a break-even freaking stop. If it gets back to the 80-cent mark, go to cash. I'm a huge epic fan of, I'm a legendary trader, and the reason is I like to use real tight stops. So break-even being my favorite. That's my favorite stop loss, is one that doesn't cost me any freaking money. Am I right? Do you agree with me or disagree with me on this? Break-even stops are your savior as a trader. So yeah, it's going up until it doesn't. So we don't trust it. Like women at nightclubs, don't trust them. Anyway, yeah, I digress. But anyway, 52.8 was a breakout. Learned the hard way. 52.8, but had a lot of fun learning. Anyway, 52.8 is the breakout trigger, and it's in the money, which is cool. You may want to scalp out a little bit to cover the commish load, and then, again, paper trading, the commish load. But the main point is use a break-even stop. So if it gets back to 52.80, because it's not, I'm following the tape like a hawk here, it's having a tough time getting over the 90. It's finally climbing north of 90. And so now that's good, but we still use a protective stop at our initial entry. I had you go long at 52.8 in American Airlines. It's now up to 52.94. Boom. But it's not, blowing my hair back. It's a great breakout, which is cool, but I don't trust it much. So sell half now, put a stop at break even on the remainder. If it gets back to the 80-cent mark, we go to cash. We're getting close to the whole number resistance up near 53. So it's struggling up here. It's still a long bias breakout, but play it tight. We hit our 20-cent mark, so you should be selling half. I don't know if you saw that. It hit the 20-cent right here. So I had a few transactions at 53. So anyway, we're in the money. But sell half now, put a stop at break even on the remainder. Because what you don't want to do is stay long and wrong if it does one of these deals. So take a little profit and then put a stop at break even on the remainder. Use the tape to manage that so you can see exactly where the price is headed, up or down, in the chart as it runs. Oh, thanks, Paul. Saying amazing, nothing like it. Never seen anything like it. Oh, appreciate that. Amen. Katie's continuing to powering up to new highs. I said a swing long at 620. Pa-ching. How about Delta? Is that one catching up? 53.30 in the money. Sell half now. Put a stop at break even on the remainder. It's up over 20 cents for you. So we're 3 for 3 in our airline stocks. United, American's starting to climb on up. That did 20 cents. Now it's up just a dime, but it's in the green too. So a stop and 6 wins. 3, 6, 7 wins, whatever. It's all good. What else we got going on? How about that FLX in? Did that do anything? Sell. 27.8 triggered. Use a break-even stop. So you may want to go to cash here. Reshort if it gets under. Where did I reshort that guy? I'd do a straight momentum play at 27.6. So if it keeps dropping, you can, or if you never got in the first one. Many of you have told me over the years that you like that I have second chance triggers, but usually the first ones are the best. Second ones may do scratches or just minor wins. So the first ones are the best ones to work with. Like I say, personally, I'd be all done trading 10 minutes ago today. I'd be all finished. When you're up this much as a trader and you have this many winning alerts and you bank a huge profit, you don't do what they do in Vegas and say, hey, he's on a burner, he's on a hot streak. Stay with it, keep riding it, because that's how you give back your winnings. I know from my experience in poker tournaments at Bellagio and Caesars and Venetian and the rest of it. So once you're, well, actually I should say cash games, tournaments you're all in until you cash out at the final table or win the thing like I did once. I've only won one poker tournament, and that was like 6 years ago. So, but I still know how to play, right? I can hold my own. And as a trader, you want to hold your own too. You want to lock in profits before the market takes your chips back, right? So you cash out a few good hands, you get up and get your chip rack and go to the cashier and cash out. Anyway, as a trader, the same thing. You know, you want to have your win limits and your loss limits as a trader. And once you're, you know, if you're up 5 or 6 in a row, that's a heater and that's great. That's an epic performance. You finish trading for the day. Does everybody understand that? Everything's up and we're doing great. That's the time to lock in a profit. And yeah, you're probably going to leave a little on the table, but you leave a lot more in terms of risk on the table intelligently as well. So once you're up in a healthy handful of trades and you made your daily fix, you know, you're up nicely, wrap it up, cash out, walk out a winner. Don't screw up and get back slide. What I used to do is I'd trade and I'd be way up, say by 9:55, 10 o'clock, then I'd give back 30 or 60% of my profits because I was so confident and over trading after 10 o'clock. And that's a mistake to avoid. So cash out early and often, even if it means leaving a little on the table and the market goes on to rally to new highs and blah, blah, blah. We cashed in on the first leg of the breakout, kind of like the first episode of a TV series, and now that's fade to black, that's the credits. Let's turn it off instead of trying to binge watch a bunch of episodes, okay? So let's wrap it up. American, let's sell it all now because we're right near the 53 whole number. Mission accomplished. Next long, I'd still tag it up at, where did I go on this guy? 53.20 if it keeps going up. You got second chances on these. That was good. I do say so myself. MNKD, I told you that would be a good swing trading long. Muhaha. And that's how you do it. Please compare my performance and quality and training to anybody in the world that teaches traders. I am the best at active stock day trading, best educator that I've seen. I am a bit not humble, but I worked my ass off to get here for you guys and earn your trust by looking at the right charts the right way. So are we 100%? No, but we're pretty damn close. And that's all you need to make it as a trader. It's great alerts, well explained in a sensible way that makes sense. Remember, too, our rule about a 10 o'clock pivot. Here we saw a big pivot right around, what time was that? Hard to see the exact time. 3, 6, 7 minutes ago. So that puts us right after the 9:45, which is where I said I'd be done for the day, right? Which is intelligent. Remember, I told you guys when it was, actually it was right here, I think I said I'd be all done for the day. And that was the right place to exit the markets before the markets take things back. The markets are treacherous, right? Like women at nightclubs, gold diggers. Anyway, once you're the money in a trade or a set of trades and the S&P runs up nicely, cash out before, because the market will inevitably try and take your money back, right? So before the market takes it back, get out near a peak, or you're not going to get the exact top, but somewhere in the ballpark of the top 20, 30% of the exhaustion is a good place to get out of your trades. Occasionally, you will see candlestick confirmation on a 5-minute chart, We don't really see it here. There's a bearish upper shadow, but that's not a shooting star, and neither is it a bearish engulfing. Instead, I use the 1 minute chart because it gives me really good, precise turn on a point, first sign of a red candle, and I'm out of there, right? And that's what you do as a trader. This one continues to scream on up to new highs. I told it would be a good long over 620, right? Now it's 6.5. And if you're swing trading it, I'd actually, what would I use? Normally I'd use right under the day's low, like say 560 or 5.5. But because it's so strong, I would use break even on the exit. But I told you that'd be a good trigger over 6.25 for a swing trade, and it was. So build your confidence here. It's a good place to get on top of not only charts that continue to run like rock stars, but good, intelligent, well thought out trade management strategies and tips and techniques that are intelligently, professionally explained to you, right? Yeah, if I were doing this at one of my Vegas seminars, they'd be out, they'd be clapping and, nailed all your calls, Ken, almost all your calls, with a pretty good job. And TNX continues to skyrocket on to new highs, 25.20, up 35 cents for you if you got that. You're welcome. The force is strong with us today. 24.6 was my first long call. 25.20 was my second. Trail a stop and we're at 25.40 on the remainder. Because see the numbers on the right of the sizes column are getting large? That's the sizes imbalance and tape reading. That tells you they're sitting on the ask, meaning there's a lot more sellers than buyers right now. So it's a good time to go to cash. Personally, I'd cash out and hit the bid. Cash out, take the money and run. NTNX, we're 2 for 2, baby. Boom, flawless. In from 24.6 and 25.20, we hit the 25.50. Let's go to cash, lock in profits, and be done. We don't get pissed off if it runs to 26 without us, right? Selling while there's still buyers out there is a smart, intelligent hallmark of a professional trader. These are the type of alerts that we teach exclusively at our Trading the Open live room with me personally walking you guys through it. And it's starting to see a bearish engulfing trying to form, right? So, but I got you guys out up here. So anyway, is everybody with me so far? Do you see why now would be a smart time to sell this day trade? Because in the tape reading, we were seeing larger numbers on the ask, right? See this 3x3 profile? These are bids times asks. This is what would be apparent on the yellow inside level of a level 2 box would be the yellow, and you'd see all this size on the right side here and the bids on the left side here. Well, that was a kind of a poker tell that 25.54 was the right place to cash out the trade, and it was within a freaking nickel. I'm an expert in tape reading because you have to be if you're going to make it as a trader. You need tape reading and 1 minute candlesticks. Other copycat competitors try to rip me off. I'm the original person since the year 2000 teaching the world how to tape read for professional stock day trading with our 1 minute charts. So, do I regret that it keeps running up without me? No, I'm happy I sold at 25.5 and I'd be all cash here. That was a good exit using see there's a bearish engulfing. Technically, if you're using candles, the trailing stop or hard stop would be right under the aggregate of the 2 candle lows. It'd be 25.37 or so to be exact. But personally, it's good enough for me. If I got in at 24.6 and 25.20 as a day trader, I'm thrilled to be selling 25.5. That's how you use the tape to manage your exit on a winning breakout day trade. Things that you learn as a member here at tradingtheopen.com. Great to see all of our new members here. So we're not 100%, but pretty damn close, right? And so many wins, both swing and intraday charts. Our airliners are especially strong, and others like NTNX and ANAB and HMNY, and a stop on a short attempt inside range in Roku. So extremely good performance, and I appreciate all the kind words from you guys. Great to hear it.